Welcome back to Photoshop Training Essentials. In this video, I'd like to show you the navigation in the Workspace. And towards the right-hand top area, there is a drop-down menu. And this is our workspace that we can choose. Depending on what it is that you'd like to do, we can choose a workspace that will allow different panels to be shown. For instance, painting shows us swatches of color and brushes. And I was able to also customize my own workspace. Okay, I named it Professor Tennant. If you wanted to make a new workspace and you've arranged the panels the way that you like, it's a matter of selecting New Workspace, giving it a name, and saving it. Okay, I'm going to cancel that out for now. I want to go back to my workspace. My workspace, I tend to like to have certain panels, and so I like to save that. Now, if I were to pull any of these panels out, which we can using the tabs or the little area at the top, pulling our panels out, and open them, close them, manipulate the panels back and forth. If we close them out a little bit with the double arrows or expand them, we can customize the way that our workspace is. Let's say, for instance, though, I made a mistake and I closed a panel by accident and I have these thrown all over the place. Okay, so I want to get back to the way it was. I can reset my workspace. Again, we can go in the drop-down menu from the side, and I can check the reset for the workspace that I'm working with. Reset. Back to normal. Okay, I'd like to also show you in my workspace, I do like to have the rulers to be shown. You can find rulers if you do not have them under the View panel. And the check mark that says rulers means that it is showing. If you select it again, it's a toggle and it will put the rulers away if you want to see them again. And you'll notice at the side on almost all of these commands here that you have a key command set showing. It's a little bit easier if you start learning your key commands. Here for the rulers, on a Macintosh I would use Command and then the letter R at the same time. On Windows it's Control R. So Command or Control R will set the rulers. And we're able to pick a different unit of measure. If you right or Control click, and then in the rulers you can choose a different unit of measure. We can arrange several pictures. If we have one or more pictures, or two pictures or more actually, then you'll notice that they start to, at the top of this window for our pictures, they are tabbed and we can click between viewing each of them. But what if I want to see them at the same time? We can unsnap these from each other and have a floating window, but that's not very helpful. Okay, so if I push it back in, yeah, I can snap it back together. But there is a way to arrange the space so you can see two at the same time or more. Under Window, select the Arrange command, and then you can, depending on how many pictures that you have, you can tile them, this one being 2 up. Let's choose vertical. And then that places both pictures side by side or in a grid arrangement of my choice. Okay, I'm going to put them back the way that they were. And there's a couple of tricks that I also want to show you before we close out here. Zooming into and out of a picture is done, again, under the View panel or drop-down menu. We can zoom in and out. We can also go to fit the image on the screen, which is handy. And we have different percentages that we can zoom in and out. But the zoom in and out also have key commands, and that's probably the easiest way to do these things. Zooming out, there's the minus. Zooming in is a plus sign. So we either use the command or the control plus. Okay, so using your key command, your control or command plus. Okay. Or the control or command minus. I say control or command. Control is for Windows, command is for Macintosh. And so it's easy for us to zoom in and out an image. Now you could scroll along the sides. You'll notice that when I'm zoomed in and I don't see the entire picture, that on the right-hand side and at the bottom there are scrollable tabs here. Okay, we can do that, but there is an easier way in some ways if you want to move in around your workspace and get to the place that you want to. And that is a tool called the hand tool. Now if you go to your tools panel, there is a hand tool. You hover over it. You can hit the key, the H key, which it shows there is a key command. You can hit H, okay, and that gets us the hand tool pans around the surface. So if you click down and you move around, we can select the area we want to go in, or click and zoom around, picking the area. Okay. Another way to use the hand tool in an easy way is, let's say we're using a tool in the tools panel and I don't want to really move away from it. I just want to go back and forth, but I want to find a different area of the picture. If I hold down my spacebar key, then it temporarily becomes a hand tool and I can click and drag. Let's say I want to look at this moon here, and then release the spacebar key and it goes right back to the tool that you were working with. That makes it much easier to move around in Photoshop, and it will speed up your production. Okay, so if you use the tools that you have, the command or control, minus or plus for zooming, and you can also fit into the view if you use the control or command 0. You can fit your picture into the window and you'll get your bearings that way. So those are a couple of tricks that I had for you for navigation. In the next video we'll look at selection basics.